we? That's just me. Okay. I gotta update the thumbnail. I feel like the thumbnail is too generic. It's freaking chilly in here. You know what? It's gonna take a few minutes for the stream to really get started. I'm gonna go to my fridge, kitchen, and make a little snack. I'll be back here in a little bit. You guys just, enjoy the stream. I'll turn on some music. Can I turn on music? Would that be permittable? What can I do? It's gonna make me a few minutes to make some food, so I should have waited to start the stream. That's what I should have done. Anyway, I'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. I'm gonna get some shit out of the fridge.
Twitch is officially finished, as their streaming site always seemed unsafe, but that's nothing compared to how at their convention, they essentially served up their top streamer to a predator, as Amiru made her way to this year's TwitchCon, where her and her friends seemed uneasy about doing meet and greets.
The reason I canceled my meet and greet is I don't.
There are a
want to be in the
lot
same
of
place
people.
For 2 hours.
A lot of people that felt this way.
Because of people being
The
weird.
situation.
Okay.
And then I'm under contract with them, so I can't cancel one and not cancel the other.
Interesting. Oh.
So I'm sorry,
I kept my meet
Emmy.
and greets.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep my show. Surely it'll be
I'm
fine.
sorry,
Yes.
Emmy.
I'm sure everyone will be nice.
But they won't, as while signing something, this disgusting individual is able to walk up and assault her.
Yes. And keep in mind, the person who pushed him away was her private security.
That's crazy, holy.
As he then appears to
Yeah.
just casually escape. It's terrifying to know how exposed you
He
truly
did casually escape. That's what happened.
are, only
I had so many thoughts, but I figure the best way to do a video like this is, you know, after I went to the kitchen, got my favorite cup, which, ironically enough, this is my favorite cup. Asmongold drinks out of this all the time. I'm like, you know, I want one. So a few weeks ago, I bought one, and I've been drinking out of it consistently, right? I went to the kitchen, poured some ice, poured some drink, and I stood in the kitchen for a good few minutes. I'm sorry I didn't come back for... Well, I did come back. I've just been sitting here quietly for the last few minutes just thinking. Sorry, I should have said something. Like, I forgot that the camera was off because I wasn't paying attention to this. And I was aware my mic was muted because I just didn't really want to... I think out loud. I do a lot, right? And I sat here while you guys are all doing your thing in the chat, and I'm just thinking about myself. What do I want to do for content? Now, I see a comment off the peripheral here. Where's my supermarket simulator? You're going to get it! We're trying a different way to approach these openings. But anyway, I was sitting here, I was thinking about my content for the longest moment. This is why I wanted to remain muted, actually, because I don't really know how I want to say it yet. My content is competing with a million other channels at minimum, right? And I am competing with a million other channels that are outdoing me in the YouTube algorithm. With Twitch, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to be real with you guys. When it comes to the Twitch debacle, I kind of read and expressed the situation earlier in a entertaining and goofy kind of way. It was intentional to do it that way. Because at this point, look, I've already stressed my case. I've already acknowledged that I did nothing wrong. And Twitch has some corrupt POS's work behind the scenes. Hence, with the video we just showcased, it's kind of evident Twitch has a few issues. I do not know what's going to happen in 10 hours. Or it could be longer. It could be a full 24 hours. So we could be looking at tomorrow afternoon before we get a response. And maybe they'll just say, you know what? We don't care. We're corrupt. We're Twitch. We'll do what we want, even if you are innocent. Because fuck the creators, right? What can you do? There's not much we can really do. I'm hoping that they see the error here, and I'm hoping they make it right. And if they do, I will happily become a dual streaming creator again. And I kind of want to. I want to grow as a person. I know the better way to do that when you can't grow on this dog shit platform called YouTube is to multi-stream. I would do this on Kick, but I feel like Kick has spent too much time. And so I feel the only real approach to this is to hope for the best here and now, right? But then I look at my YouTube content, and I'm trying to be real with you guys for a minute because I'm always on here talking shit or trash talking or goofing off or acting like a loon. I'm trying to be real for a minute, okay? Because when I was in the kitchen, I was pouring the drink. I look at the drink, and look, this is the cup I drink out of. I've had it for, like, God, probably a few months now, which is unhealthy. But I kept thinking of Asmongold. What does Asmongold do to be so successful? He does not have an organized Let's Play style of content. In fact, doing Let's Plays as Let's Plays isn't really popular anymore. And then I thought, Asmongold, Tectone. What does Tectone do? And they do the same kind of content, but it's not gaming. It's not commentary. Really, it's slop. And I'm not insulting Asmon. You get all the takes, and you get all the opinions, and you get all the things you want to hear about. It's done in a smart way, but what does Asmon and Tectone have in common? And I have the same opinions, the same kind of rhetoric, the same moral system. What do we have in common? Well, they do slop. I try to make it not, and I don't have an editor. I don't have that kind of support. And then thinking to myself, it's not that I want to do slop content, because that just makes it sound like you're a shit streamer. It's like, that's not. But then I looked at Kai Cenat. Everything I've ever known about him. What does he do? Everything just jumbled together like a smoothie of different things. And it's like, maybe what we need to do is stop trying to organize each stream to one thing and I know it sounds stupid, but it's there. Blend it all together. Kind of give you a little bit of everything. So, I opened this video with a much needed video to watch, Control Z. And I think that this is one of those videos that kind of expresses where I'm at right now. Because I love Asmongold's style of content. I also am disgusted with Twitch right now. And that's why we play this video. Because this video kind of represents everything of how I'm feeling right now. Because not only does it showcase there's a problem with Twitch, not only is it by a content creator who knows what he's doing that I actually agree with and like, that I am similar to in my own little way, but also there's a big predator problem on the internet right now. I'm not dealing with Emru being assaulted. I'm dealing with an elf who won't stop targeting me because I don't like chomos. And I think that it's this kind of a video
After someone takes advantage of that.
It just summarizes what's wrong with the internet nowadays, but it's also kind of proof that if you do things a certain way, my war against the trolls can succeed. I don't know. But anyway, just thinking, to be honest, I'm sorry, I think Twitch will just brush you off. That's unfortunately what my brain goes to. And if that happens, we'll be dealing with a lot more stressful issues, but still, somewhere in my gut says that they will bend the knee. I mean, what is Twitch going to do? Pretend for the rest of their life that they did the right thing? What happens after a point, Anyway, we don't need to watch this whole video. I thought the first 3 minutes was enough, or whatever it was. Did my controller shut off again? No matter what I do, my Xbox controller will not charge. It's another issue I've been having. Shit nuggets. Give me a second here. Actually, you know what? It's charging via the Xbox itself. Which tells me if I plug it into the outlet, plug this bitch in. No, I've been thinking a lot about my content lately. And I look at all these creators that got so big, and I think to myself, how did they get big, Part of me thinks maybe it's because they already had an established following over time. But look at some of these creators. I think that being targeted by lolcow culture deserves a aggressive pushback, because a bunch of whacked out autists could decide we're not going to let anyone ever watch you or like your content ever again. And as a result, they dictate whether I'm allowed to have a following or not, and I'm just going to have to take it. I'm passionate about streaming on YouTube and streaming on other platforms when they're available. I don't think any internet psych job has a right to express how I'm allowed to live when they do not live my life. And being targeted by the entire internet for being anti-pedophile is probably one of the most ridiculous things I have ever heard in my entire life, and yet here we are living it, right? I think that vengeance is something that I need to explore. But I don't just mean vengeance. I mean removing these people by any means necessary from the platform, the same way they dictated my ability to have any kind of success or life. Yes, this is something that could eventually become volatile. So clean up my workspace a little bit. But I think that if you're going to be a bully on the internet, you need to be removed from this physical realm. And this physical realm being the internet itself, obviously. If I were to say Earth, that would be a bit much. Look, I don't think these people should be allowed to live either, but that is a bit extreme. Like what? What will killing a bunch of predatory bullies ever achieve, right? Not a whole lot. So instead, we should approach this in a different way, but we need to explore avenues on how to actually prevent this problem going forward. Yes, I just loaded a handgun. You're not going to see it because YouTube's just going to bitch about it. But anyway, it is something that I have been heavily in thoughts of, and I'm not going to lie to you guys because that's not what I do here. I have been deeply depressed over it. Like, very depressed. Like, to the point in which it actually affects my day-to-day. I will spend countless hours laying in bed, contemplating my failures as a man, all because some internet wacko decided to harass every good thing I ever had. And sure, by saying this publicly, maybe that gives them a boost of their ego or something. I'm telling all of you because I don't know who my audience is. I do not know who my fan base is. I do not know if I have any followers left. There's a good chance that of the 3 people watching, it was covered by the white bar on the other thing, of the 3 people watching, 3 of them could be trolls. They said they're going to stalk me and pursue me and monitor me as if I'm their personal lab experiment for the rest of my life until the day they die. I say we speed up that process. Someone needs to leave the earth. Or at least be unable to do what they're doing. And so, the more and more I think about Asmongold and Tectone and Emeru and Decoy Voice and all these other YouTubers that I actually truly love how they go about things. I may not agree with every political thing they've ever said, but I agree with a lot of their stances, a lot of their personal takes. The more and more I watch them, the more spiteful I become, because I realize I have allowed people to push me around for far too long. I say the days of being a nice guy are over, and now I think we awaken a different side of my life. We've been on YouTube for 9 years. 9 whole years of sitting on this platform waiting for the world to say, I hear you. 9 whole years to get, what, 20 views? I thought this was YouTube, a place where people create content and it shows it to the world. Not YouTube, where we're like, we're going to suppress you like no tomorrow because, well, the algorithm did it. I've been on YouTube for 9 fucking years. I've been on this stream, this channel alone, for a year. I'm not saying give me millions of views on day one. I'm saying make it make sense, asshole. What? So, what is the reason for not pushing me into the algorithm, right? As you can see, my frustration is not just with Twitch. There are balls being dropped on all sides. I came to YouTube because I wanted to be a content creator. Not be told, for whatever reason, that my moral conscience makes me not good enough. You could say, oh, people don't like you, Tibbs, because of what they heard from the trolls. Okay, that might be true. You'd have to click to know. If the trolls are able to get away with this, the trolls need to die. It's not a threat, it's an opinion. It's a very valid opinion. Because look how many people's lives have been destroyed by internet lolcow culture. And so I sit here on this godforsaken platform, and it's actually kind of messed up because we got Ray Pennybody, D-Chat, we've had Grumpy in the past days, we've had a few other people, at least a few other people. Let's just say D-Chat. Stop there. Proof that some people are not gullible and blind, will just take whatever they're seeing and hearing at face value. We're talking what? Potentially... Well, we look at troll channels. We combine all their views. Pretend every person only showed up once and only gave one view the entire time that they were ever there. You're looking at 250,000 views in total across all their channels combined. That's a rough estimate. You're trying to tell me that there are only 250,000 people on planet Earth? You're trying to tell me those people are the only ones that will ever exist? Here's why I say that. 250,000 people. Because if you round up all their views in total, yes, I've done a rough estimate. I've actually done the numbers. It's roughly about 250,000. That's not a lot. In fact, their channels don't have a lot of growth like we think it does. Because it's all meant to look like we're bigger than we are. Which is sad. But, again, that's if we're assuming every single person only showed up one video ever across all those channels ever. That's unlikely. Here's the thing. Those people didn't come here because they don't like me very much. The reach only goes so far because the internet shoves this entire group of people, lolcow culture, into a certain trash bucket and just shoves it into the corner on the internet. If the internet was a house, then lolcow culture was stuffed to the very bottom of a trash basket, covered up by a bunch of other crap, stuck into the basement, the farthest corner, the deepest corner of that basement, where no one ever goes. That's how the internet, on every platform, treats lolcow culture. Yes, if you look hard enough, you will find it. If you know what you're looking for and you put yourself in there, you will see it. But most of the world does not. So 250,000 people is not exactly everyone on the planet. So let's say we pretend this 250,000 people never show up here. Because they don't like me, because they're gullible and they believe what they're seeing in their culture they're surrounded with. Well, there's 8.8 billion people on the planet. 3 billion people use YouTube. 250,000 versus 3 billion. Where's everybody else? You could sit here and say, oh, YouTube doesn't know where to send you. But after a while, that doesn't make sense because the majority of my content, which is what everybody's here to watch, I'm assuming, the majority of my content is gaming content. You know to send this to gaming channels and people who watch games. You're trying to tell me that... Here, let's use a stupid example. Right here. Call Me Kevin is playing a GTA Life... You're trying to tell me that Call Me Kevin's playing San Andreas, GTA, and you're trying to tell me that 283,000 people watch that, but they won't watch it here? I'm not asking for that kind of number. I'm asking for numbers that make sense. You're trying to tell me that I could pull up my channel right now. Let's see if we can do that, actually. I'm not gonna Inception this shit.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water.
That I could pull up my channel right now. Let's see if we can do that actually. You trying to tell me that I could pull up any of these videos and they will only ever have what? What's an example? 61 views, 60? That's it? These are all from a few days ago, but you just scroll back, I updated my thumbnails, updated my descriptions, my titles, everything. You're trying to tell me that only about 150 people will ever watch me for the rest of my life? No, just keep scrolling. Just keep going. The amount of effort I put into this, that's the highest paying one, by the way. You're trying to tell me that I've been at this for 4 years and the most consistent number I have is 63 viewers. YouTube's algorithm is so fucking retarded because YouTube's employees are so fucking retarded. They're so invested in their AI that they want to put into this stupid platform that they can only ever give me 63 people. I'm not trying to bitch about the numbers, but I kind of have to because I have been at this for 9 years. It's weird because on my last channel, I was doing far better. And now some stupid doohickey at YouTube decided, let's implement AI, but screw over Tibbs. Because I feel kind of singled out. I mean, well, actually, here's the thing. If you're a creator with, like, no growth in 4 years, please comment on my channel so I can see your content. So I can see it's not just me. Because I feel kind of singled out here, actually. Because I go to any other motherfucker. I go to any other motherfucker on the internet. Let's just stick to gaming, right? And everyone has incredible viewership. Wait. I can hear a voice in my head. It's not schizophrenia. It's someone saying, go see live games and see if that changes anything. Trust me, it's no fucking different.
Every single day.
Everybody's insisting. Fine. We'll go. Wait. I don't want to do it that way. Can we just click on the channel? Oh, wait. This is his channel. Okay. Look at streams. He streamed this yesterday. He's 180,000 views. It's just Arc Raiders. Maybe we can go down to his other streams. This was 3 days ago. Streaming doesn't affect your growth. So what the fuck, YouTube? And so I was in the kitchen earlier. I stopped, and as much as I wanted to stream Supermarket Simulator, I had this sudden thought, and that's why we're talking about this rather than playing the game. Play the game after, I'm sure. It's still a Supermarket Simulator video. But I thought about it. What the fuck? Okay, well, live streams are in the moment. You're being promoted in the moment. So you still don't have a proper explanation. Is the universe rigged against me? Is YouTube that fucking broken? Is there some trick I haven't heard? Because I look at this, and this is actually pissing me off to the point where I want to delete my channel. Fuck the YouTube Partner Program. I'm going to shut that off live. Because I'm sitting here. What does the YouTube Partner Program do for me, by the way? Well, we have 2 members. And they don't get nothing special. Same thing everybody else gets. What the fuck's the point? Instead of becoming a member for whatever amount, just send me the money on Cash App. See, memberships don't have a point. You don't need them. You can still get that same money because you're getting the same thing as free people. What the fuck's the point? Like, we had things we could do, but, like, what do we really have? Like, most YouTube channels have this problem, by the way. It's like, we don't have anything to give you. We don't have anything good to justify the sale. That's why most of it's basically the membership thing on this channel is one big donation option. That's it, really. You might get access to old streams that aren't exactly public anymore, but beyond that, What, a few emoji? A little badge next to your name that no one gives a shit about? Super chats. No one uses them. They're free in there right now. Any of you can use it, and you don't. Because, let's be honest here, all of you, all around the world, are fucking broke. Now that's, I'm not judging for that, okay? I'm not judging you. But if the whole fucking planet, including the morons outside of the umbrella of Donald Trump, have no money, either you're really shitty with your money, or there's a really bad economy problem globally. Fuck Ukraine. Again, I've said this a million times. We're dishing out billions of those fuckers, and what are we doing over here? Suffering. So if you're all broke, no one's going to use that ever anyway. Probably ever again. Because, mind you, the economy isn't getting better. It is getting worse everywhere. It's not an insult to any of you. It's a blunt observation. It's reality. What the fuck's the point of memberships? Then we go beyond that. What am I really getting out of ad revenue? I get $1.50, almost $2 a stream. Grind that out. You have to have $100 to pull off money. I get paid, every 3 to 5 months? By the time I get the money, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we're getting paid on Tuesday, maybe. Yay. I can maybe afford one game for the first time in 6 years because frickin' economy is garbage. Yay. Doesn't do anything for me. I want a consistent income. This is dog shit. But more importantly, if YouTube's memberships and its ad revenue fucks you on the bill... No, here's the thing about ad revenue that no one will tell you. I've learned this, and I hate having to learn this because it means I have to hate YouTube now. Once you're a YouTube partner, your videos do not grow the same way they did. Instead, they go off a cliff. And here's why. There's a reason why. Because they have to put your videos through advertisers. And if the people at the advertiser companies, the stiffs, the people in the fucking business suits who are dicks to you because they don't agree with you being poor, because that's really who their consumer base is, right? Those people have to see it and say, yeah, sure, I could work with that. Or, more common than not, no. It's not that I'm not advertiser friendly, it's just me being me isn't going to work for them, okay? They want me to change into this person who's super PG. They want children-friendly content. I can't do that. It's just not who I am. So instead of being able to get all the advertisers to say yes, they have to filter it through them, and then that knocks down your viewership. And then, based on the algorithm already was, if it takes too long for your videos to grow, they never will. So the YouTube membership thing is actually boning my channel more than it already is being boned. Which is why I want to shut off all the YouTube Partner Program. I've thought about this for at least a few months now. And I thought about actually since we last turned it on. Because the last time I turned it off, here's the psychotic part, my views skyrocketed. I don't know why the fuck I turned it back on. What was the benefit? You want to talk retarded decisions by Tibbs TV? Here's the first one. Oh, look, guys, our views doing great. Let's turn on the partner program again, because now it'll make sense. Nope. We went from 300 to 500 views a video to, what, 63? Yeah, why the fuck would you ever agree to the partner program? Now I understand why everybody's like, Patreon. Now I understand. I now can understand why so many people, by the way, gotta love the Wings of Redemption cameo down there at Battlefield 6. Another game I can't afford, right? But I can't outrun you fucking people, I swear. Even on my screen, these fucking lolcows be showing up. I don't want nothing to do with you, Wings. Get the fuck off my fucking channel. Okay. Get a job? Trust me, I've thought about it. It doesn't work. Like, what am I going to do? Keep applying forever and they'll always say no? Getting a job is not that easy anymore, man. I wish. It's a good idea, but before Wings of Redemption showed his fucking oversized face, what was I talking about? Yeah, the point is, if I get rid of the YouTube Partner Program, my views will go back up. Because otherwise, what the fuck's the point? And there are so many creators on YouTube who say, please, come to my Patreon because YouTube Partner is fucked. And it's true. See, this video would never grow because I've said fucked 3 times in a row already. It's like, and I know we're coming here to play a game, but now I realize this is one of those moments where I switch my goddamn brain. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to vent, and then we'll play the game. Because a long-term investment based off my bitching will actually be worth it. So I'm announcing it now to everyone. D-Chat. Who was that other person that joined the other day? The grumpy person. Everyone. I'm shutting it off tonight. No later than 8 p.m. If I'm live at 8 p.m., we're doing it live. And I mean that. I feel like if I want this channel thing to work ever, the algorithm's complete dog shit. But if I ever do want it to work, we need to get rid of that. Join my Patreon. Donate on Cash App. You got my PayPal in the fucking... Yeah, it is in the chat. Okay, here. I'll pin it, even though no one's ever going to use it, right? And that's how we'll do that. I don't feel like... With this, I'll get the money right away. At least I don't have to wait 3 months for it to build up to $100. Like, it's not even a problem. It's just that the growth is so shit. And if it's shit, what's the point? And I apologize for the profanity, okay? I'm a blunt person. It's how I am. This has pissed me off for a long time. And the Twitch thing just added to it. Because the Twitch thing is a whole nother debacle. I love streaming. I don't do it for any of you. I don't do it for a goddamn paycheck. I do it because it helps me cope. And if I wasn't so busy trying to make money or trying to figure out how to grow and trying to make it into a fucking business, I'd actually be having fun with it again. I'm so busy trying to figure out how to be successful, I'm not even having fun anymore. The trolls aren't even a part of the problem. That's how fucking dire this is. The trolls, people like... No, actually, I'm not going to say their names, because that just gets them riled up, and then they have a reason to come here and be a cunt, and I don't want to deal with it, okay? But dealing with those people, okay, yes, it was problematic for everybody involved, because they wanted to dox and threaten people and target us with slander and misinformation, all because they didn't like an opinion I had. I don't want to see certain things. That's why I don't talk to Shaggy as much. Because he did the same shit this guy did, except Shaggy would often tell me, look, I'm just kidding, all right? I'm just joking. Maybe it was a bit much. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But Jesus fucking Christ, I don't want to be around it. And you'll notice Shaggy don't call in no more. He don't want to stream with me no more. It's not because we hate each other. It's not about that. No, it's just that he understands that I'm not cool or comfortable with that kind of humor. And that was the issue I had with that one guy that labels himself the troll, who's basically an elf, and goddamn, who the hell cares at this point. But they weren't the real issue. The real issue is I've been trying to spend so much time on monetizing. Something that I never really wanted to monetize, mind you. But everyone's like pushing like, you, dude, it'd be cool. You'd be making money. We can make a profit. It'd be like a this and that and this and that. I'm like... Yeah, that would be fucking cool. To get paid for something you love doing? That'd be cool, but you need people to watch you first. And becoming part of the YouTube Partner Program, just like being on Twitch, mind you, it has taken the fun out of it. You know why my last channel succeeded where this one is constantly failing? Because on my last channel... There we go. On my last channel, I had fun. Even when these A-logs are coming here doxing my family and shit, I tried to keep it upbeat. It was the god of death. Not because I was killing people, not because I was entirely killing futures, but because he couldn't kill my vibe. And for the last year, I've been trying to rebuild what I had lost, much like how Axel has been feeling with the channel he lost. And I actually have understood him more than anyone else in his group. He's been upset. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it. Maybe it's taboo to mention it, but I know why he's been upset. He's trying to rebuild that, and I've been trying to rebuild mine. I fucking get it. And I've been sitting here trying so fucking hard that I haven't been having fun anymore. I'm trying to replace all the content I lost, and I'm coming to these severe points in time where I'm like, I can't replace all that GTA content. I can't replace the Last of Us playthroughs. It's no longer a viable place to do some of these games because the bare titty shot you might see or the sex scene from Last Part 2 isn't allowed on this platform anymore. So you know the playthroughs will never be complete either. So it's like, now you have to lose so much of that old content, so much of that old data. And you're fighting so hard to replace everything that it's actually taking the fun out of it. And that's why I'm not growing. That's the truth of it. Why are all these other channels doing so well? Because they're having fun. They didn't need to replace so much shit. They didn't have to deal with all this bullshit. Yes, the trolls are not the core problem, although they were at one point. They are the reason that old channel's gone. I'm trying to monetize. I'm trying to replace everything. I'm trying to be me or try to be the complete version of it, and I can't. I'm not saying I quit. You guys know me. I can't fucking quit. This might be an addiction. It's not destructive. It's actually been very much a very strong coat for the world I've had to live in and the life I've had to live. But still, it's like I can't say goodbye to it. I love doing it. It's the last hobby in this world that I enjoy. And I don't know why I'm telling all you this right now. Because again, most of you either don't care or maybe there's too few of you that do. And most of you might not say anything in return. But for those of you who do get it, I want to get there someday. And I can't do it till I figure out how to have fun again. And well, where the fuck are we at? We're 4 years in. It's a year of consistent content on this channel. And what? I've been sitting here see, Asmongold, what he would have done is, oh no, come here, I'll let you outside. I envy that motherfucker, you know that. I envy Asmongold. People berate me all the time. Every fucking day for being dirty. For wearing the same t-shirt. Haven't changed it in a while. I blame depression. You guys might think it's normal. The haters, they just make fun of me for it. But Asmongold, he lives in a filthy house. Just surrounded by things he's always loved. Where were the haters to destroy his life? Apparently he went through it. And apparently he won. I wish I had won. I'm not saying I lost, but considering how much I had to lose, I didn't win either. And I'm sorry I'm not reading chat right now. I'm letting it all out. Because I was sitting in the kitchen pouring that soda, and I'm just thinking to myself, why do I put up with it? If you love something enough, you will tell it the truth. So I'm not telling you all this. This isn't for any of you. I want YouTube to hear this. Because YouTube is the one I'm loyal to. I don't know why I'm loyal to YouTube, by the way. Maybe that's just how I am. You've been kind to me. You've given me a voice. You've given me a place to share my thoughts. A place to suffer in some kind of peace. And you need to hear it, YouTube. I've been loyal because you've let me be this for this long. And then with the Twitch thing, why do you think I talk so much shit about Twitch? It's because I don't really believe Twitch is going to do the right thing here. I think they're just going to... And then that's it. You know, that's what they've been doing. So I don't really expect the Twitch thing to go very far. If it does, cool. That's the second accomplishment of my life. First one was the high school diploma. Someone was telling me this, like, you should be proud of that high school diploma. Yeah, you'll never use it, and yeah, it doesn't seem like much because, you know, whatever. But it is an accomplishment. Surviving cancel culture for this long, that's also an accomplishment. But, okay, so that'd be 3 accomplishments, I guess. But anyway, yeah, YouTube is a platform I've been loyal to for a long time, and I don't really, I don't know. I'm reading comments and deciding what I want to answer to. Spooky Gengar, probably not the actual guy, says stop crying and play Megapunk. You know, I would love to do that, but I can't afford $10 for that game. I can't afford $70 for Battlefield 6. And the reason why is when I tried to have a job, assholes like you on the internet pursued where I worked and then threatened my workplace until I had no job. Then I went through a process of 10 to 11 months of applying and getting told no everywhere. So affordability has been a little bit hard. And if assholes would donate instead of insulting me all day long, I could afford things through that method. Instead, people have threatened to anyone who donates, making affordability damn near impossible. So, Spooky Gengar, with your ridiculous comments, because they are ridiculous when you think about it, how about you, instead of telling me to play Megapunk, how about you be less of a retard and explain to me how I'm supposed to afford Megapunk when games are not free, nor have they ever been? I'll be back. I'm back. I have this twisted idea that maybe I'll go do something else for a while. Like literally anything else. And I guess what I would do is just leave the stream running, but then have nothing go on. I mean, I don't have anything right now I want to do. Plus, apparently, there's some stuff that I could go do to waste my time elsewhere. I don't know. So, you know. Yep. I'll be back some other time. Peace.